Deep in the heart of America's national forests, a revolution is taking place. It's a conservation project at a landscape-wide scale. This is the story of the National Deer Association's Public Lands Initiative.
Man, I think that the National Deer Association's Public Lands Initiative is out of this world. I couldn't be more excited about it or honestly proud of the people that are part of that organization. It's a tremendous resource for all the other species that live in these areas, because what's good for deer is almost always good for a whole suite of other animals, small game, birds, butterflies, bees. The entire system matters, and by doing wildlife habitat improvement like this, we are helping that entire system while also making for some great hunting opportunities too. So if I had more than two thumbs, I would put all of them up for the Public Lands Initiative.
The National Deer Association works one-on-one with the U.S. Forest Service staff in various places across the country to identify and select potential projects.
It's a foundational opportunity for us to build a coalition and collaborative group that works on many different issues on the national forest lands, everything from wildlife habitat improvement to recreation in some cases.
Most of it's under a master stewardship agreement. It's actually a 20-year agreement that NDA has with the U.S. Forest Service, which allows us to work as a conservation partner, and it gives us the authority to actually work within the Forest Service system under the framework and policies that they have.
And so having those partners, we all can pull together and work off our strengths to really move the needle for conservation into the future and ensure that we have these lands for future generations. And so that's a critically important part of those partnerships that we have.
Since the launch of the Public Lands Initiative, the NDA addressed landscape-level access and forest health issues and improved 746,509 acres of public land, marking great progress toward their 2026 goal of 1 million acres.
The National Deer Association's initiative to improve 1 million acres over the next 5 years is a really great initiative. It complements our own work here in the National Forest of Mississippi very well to improve forest health and enhance wildlife habitat, which is a goal that we can all get behind.
I think this Public Lands Initiative is a perfect example of how they are stepping up and helping really increase opportunity and access for deer hunters, and also improving the landscape for deer, not just on private land now. 1 million acres of public land that any one of us deer hunters can go out there and enjoy.
Through collaboration, hard work, and a shared passion for conservation, the National Deer Association is improving our national forests for wildlife, locals, and hunters. But why are they doing this? In Idaho's Panhandle National Forest, efforts are focused on shifting the forest to more fire-resistant species.
The biggest threat that we are facing right now is the threat from catastrophic wildfire. And so really having healthy, resilient forests to minimize those threats in terms of threats to habitat for wildlife, threats to communities in terms of potential homes and things like that that could be lost, lives, water, clean water supply, things like that. So the wildfire crisis that our nation is facing and that our forests are facing is probably, I think, our biggest threat.
Back east in the DeSoto National Forest of Mississippi, the goal is to restore longleaf pine forests and improve habitat for wildlife.
The greatest ecological threat to the DeSoto Ranger District is the loss of the longleaf pine ecosystem. It's a unique ecosystem. It's primarily found throughout the southeast. There used to be over 90 million acres of longleaf pine. Now we're down to only 3 billion acres of it.
A very unthinned stand is a very stressed stand, which is also a very unhealthy stand. When you thin, you increase the health of that stand and make it less susceptible to natural current events such as wildfires and southern pine beetle that we have on this forest that has sprang up in the last year, and we're working very hard to suppress such activities.
The primary goal of that is to go in and thin the stand out to allow that sunlight to hit the ground and produce more biomass for the wildlife. We also incorporate prescribed burning, and then we also work on site prep efforts to plant longleafs.
And in Kentucky's Daniel Boone National Forest, the aim is to maintain rare species, improve ecosystem resilience, and provide sustainable timber harvest. Each location presents its own unique challenges and rewards, but the common thread is the dedication and passion of those involved.
I'm volunteering just to show that it's worth it to be out here. Being able to access, I live in an apartment, have a balcony, but I get outside every single day on our public lands, fishing, hunting, and enjoying the awesome land that people before us sustained for us and that we now get the luxury to sustain too. So it's important to get everybody out there learning why the nature around us and the ecosystems are important for our sustained wildlife and us.
Whether it's for a boat ramp so you can go fishing on a lake, whether it's a road to a wildlife management area so you can go hunting, or whether it's a campground for some place that you want to, bring your family and eat s'mores. We manage the lands for the public, but it's their public land. So if they feel an ownership and are able to access and enjoy it, then it's a win for everyone.
With a funding leverage of over 12-to-1 for conservation, courtesy of grants from the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Outdoor Fund and federal funding, the NDA has the resources to continue its vital work. But it's not just about the money. It's about the people who are passionate about our public lands.
I've worked for state agencies in a variety of places before, and it is so hard for them, to get full staff and to get people out. And so it's really important that as a landowner and as a public person that comes out on this land that we are able to help, and it's such a great opportunity to do that.
NDA's mission is ambitious. There's no doubt about that, but we're all here for a reason. We're not here to be average. We're not going to accept mediocrity. We want to make a difference.
As we look toward the future, the National Deer Association continues its commitment to our national forests, ensuring they remain a treasure for all to enjoy.